were you involved in any internships or anything during that time?
Yeah, that was, again, along with the student media, the internships were just paramount as far as just getting me right. I was able to intern with the Michigan Chronicle. Shout out to them. Just getting a chance to work with a Black Weekly, and I was doing sports coverage, but then I was doing some general assignment news stuff as well. So it was just a good chance to get my feet wet and get a wide variety of stuff. So that was dope. And then also with Channel 7, working with their sports department, getting a chance to work with people like Don Shane, rest in peace, Reggie Hall, who was the producer, rest in peace to him, and just getting a chance to work there and see what it was like to put a newscast together and the highlights and everything. Like, that was really helpful. I got a chance to do a couple Sunday shadowing at Channel 4, so shout out to Randy Henry because he was able to help make that happen for me. And it was funny, like when I saw Fred McLeod like the next summer, who was a long time anchor with Channel 4, he was with Channel 7 and he called me a traitor. So like we had a laugh about that, so like that was cool. But yeah, so I was able to have those experiences. The Chronicle and WXYZ, like I did in the same summer. So that was like an interesting thing where I was like, man, I was working for real, but it was dope just to be able to get those experiences.
So your internships were back in Michigan?
Yeah, they were back home. Yeah, I did internships back home. It was, I mean, if I did it again, I might have done something out of state, but the thing with that too is then you got to figure out housing and everything, and if you're making enough. So, you know, thankfully I had a place to go. My folks, you know, would have me, and I was able to do that. And I was able to get paid from those too, so I was able to bank a little bit of money as well. Sweet. And that's the thing too, because like, and I mean, it's a problem. It comes up every so often. Politics and journalism in particular, it's gotten better on the journalism side, but there's a lot of unpaid internships, and even more so then. Like, it's gotten a lot better now, but it just puts you at such a, you're only going to be able to have people that can afford to work for free. Wow. And that's not us a lot of times. And so that just makes it hard, and that's why the newsrooms look the way they look. That's why political offices look the way they look, because it's only people that have the means to be able to work for free. And so thankfully I was able to live with my folks. Thankfully I was getting paid a decent, I was getting paid something.
Yeah, you was getting paid.
Yeah, I was getting paid. And so, you know, it's still hard. I mean, music is a lot of unpaid internships in music. Like, it's a difficult thing, and it's just, and I know people talk about paying dues and everything, and that's well and good, but at the same time, it's like,
you gotta live.
I gotta live. So it's like, okay, if I'm doing this thing unpaid, I gotta make some money. So that means I'm waiting tables. That means then I'm up till whatever time. Then I gotta either drive or hop on a train if I'm in New York City or something or somewhere. And that's difficult. And I mean, yeah, you gotta sacrifice and everything too, but it's like also it should be more doable to be able to do it. Like if you it's like, yo, give me a chance.
You don't need a full salary.
Yeah, just enough to live. Yeah. Let me put a rent over my head. Let me put a roof over my head. Be able to pay some rent. Be able to eat some meals. Yeah. Like, nothing fancy, but like, let me be able to get 3 square and keep the lights on.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a reasonable thing.
That's a strong point. You know, that's not mentioned a lot.
It's not enough, and it's. I mean, they'll show the Washington D.C. like there'll be like they'll show a staff photo, and it's just like nothing but white kids or young adults, and it's just like, man, like part of the problem is people can't sacrifice because they don't have the means to be able to work for free for an entire summer. Yeah. And if they don't have somebody, if they don't come from money, then they gotta do something else. Yeah. And you lose some great people that can help effectuate change because they didn't have the means to even get on the ground floor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's not discussed enough.
No, I mean,
that's not discussed
for real.
So. How long were you doing these internships?
So they were for the summer. So it would be like a few months from maybe, let's see, I finished school like end of April, and then they were starting like May or June and then run through August. So usually 2-3 months, something like that. Just the duration of the summer, pretty much.
And so How many summers of internships did you do before you kind of landed your feet on something?
So I think it was 2, because I did the Channel 7 WXYZ and the Michigan Chronicle. That was 1 summer. And then the year before that was I believe WDIV was the year before that. And I also was able to do some radio stuff too with Leland Stein. Shout out to him. He put me on the radio before I even took a broadcast class.
What radio station?
It was GPR. Yep, he had a show on, I think it was Sunday nights. And so just shout out to Stein, because he didn't have to do that. And, you know, again, somebody showing love, somebody is like, hey, this is somebody that's interested, this is somebody that's trying to break in, and they just give me an opportunity, and I'm forever grateful, and I always try to pay it forward, you know, because I'm only where I am because somebody else, you know, gave me a look or gave me an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when did the big break come?
So the big break was I was able to land a freelance position with NFL Films. Again, this is, I mean, I'll be honest, like, it was partly knowing somebody, and it was partly having a skill set. I could be cousins with Obama, but if I don't have the skill set to be able to help what he got going on, it's not necessarily that I can get hired. So I had the skills as far as broadcast, as far as the writing and the production and the editing, and also a family friend, my guy BJ Hill. He one of his teammates from college used to work there. And so he put me in touch with this guy, Kenan, and Kenan was able to help me get in touch with the people at Films, and that helped get the ball rolling. It was like, all right,